Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here. Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest number one there's ever been.
The mighty Gianluigi Buffon. Yeah. Toma!
Quick to recover this. He's had a shot! Lacking in accuracy.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Van Dijk. And it's Van Dijk. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Oh, perfectly measured that. Shoots! A real chance and a real let-off.
The ball certainly looked sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Valverde gathers from the goal kick. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he shoots!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there. Haaland is offering a wry smile there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
That's a decent clearance. And he's had a hit! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game. Big chance!
out by the most elastic of saves. Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So, third corner of the game.
Here's the header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Messi. Saliba kept his eye on it, and he's there. That has not gone well. Can he get it through? And he was quick to react. Can he get on the end of this? Kimmich. Now, can they get him away? Now it's a chance for a shot!
And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss. I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Valverde has been caught there, it's a foul. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's fabulous. No joy this time. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
No, that was never going to make it. And he's straight offside. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Palmer. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, they've got a good grip on this game now to turn it into a stranglehold.
Saliba pressing high and with purpose. Bastoni is flagged offside. It's a pretty loose pass. Kimmich looking for a runner. Here comes the corner. So their fourth corner of the game. Bastoni. Oh, what has happened here? That's an imaginative pass. Odo. He's gone for goal!
Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
And it's Kimmich. He's going to be disappointed with that. And now a sudden chance to counter.
See?
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. He is through here.
That is good alertness. Roberto Carlos. Kupchu. That looks a decent ball. It's a promising position. Decent chance! And it's a goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
After 26 minutes is number 18, Erling Haaland.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the number one contender, and he's done it again.
Aimed beyond the defence. That has found him in acres of space. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. No way through there. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And this is Van Basten. That's a shade optimistic. Kupchu. Palmer unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Nicely aimed pass. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Played back in.
Natal couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
That pass isn't the best. Looking to play him in. Couldn't squeeze it through. Kupchu. That's really nicely played. Buffon claims comfortably. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Knocks it into space. Pass is just off target. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Natal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Looking for options for movement. Threads one in. Cleared without complication. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Natal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Van Basten. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Otto kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Tries to pass it through. And the shot! Oh, it's hit the post! Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. That has left him in a heap. And he cuts out the supply, tries to play it through. Done delicately. And the first half is done. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. So your views on the first half?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they do have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And the game has already resumed here. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. And a chance! It's run loose, who's going to get there? And he's there to get it away. That pass has been well intercepted. De Bruyne.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Great vision. Xavi Alonso. It's a searching pass. Oh, super find. Oh, just shot a goal! He's got a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
He's going for goal! Superb from Valverde! A finish right from the top draw! Into the lead once more! You just know there is no stopping that.
I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Otto. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And that's a throw-in. That's a cute ball. Nicely intercepted. Challenge just a bit on the... And the shot! Oh, it rattles the bar! Bernardo Silva. Great ball if he can get there. Van Basten. It's Van Basten! Oh, taken with style. They're level in a trice.
Well, if ever you want to see a reaction in responding to a deficit. That's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
After 57 minutes is number 21, Marco van Basten. Marco van Basten. Marco van Basten.
This is quite a battle.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Odo. Now it's to... It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. He won't be happy with that one. Oh, Red, nice interception. Now that's well seen too. Nicely weighted ball. Cannavaro gets over and into...
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, that's clever. Chance! Sensational from Haaland! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And they get themselves in front. Simplicity itself.
Haaland really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Well, this is what we're waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
It's clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
It's Valverde, and the through ball. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Buffon looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
After 66 minutes is number 1.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do. But
Neymar! And De Bruyne! Split-second reaction.
De Bruyne really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Lewandowski getting this one clear. And now they can spring out of defence. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Looking for the run. Oh, well measured. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Valverde is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. No foul, says the referee. Valverde.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
That is a little undercooked. Looking to play him in. Struck first time. Was probably asking just too much.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Substitutions taking place.
So there's going to be another change here. Havertz to come on. A change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of go make a nuisance of yourself.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
De Bruyne! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, I think it's great. He's showing plenty of fight here. You want that to spread throughout the team now.
Substitution on the field. Number 9. Bernardo Silva.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Yeah, it's about time I think we saw some activity from the bench, but it's debatable as to what level of impact can be made from here. It's pretty late.
Short changes him with that pass. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. It's Lewandowski! That is terrific from Lewandowski! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And the lead is extended still further.
78 minutes is number 13.
He just absolutely speared that in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Pass somewhat off target. Bastoni. That's Valverde. Can he get on the end of this? And he's worked it through. He's had a shot! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Substitution in progress.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Knocks it into space. Well timed, excellent interception. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Now this could be a chance. And he couldn't quite make it 6.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Lewandowski! That is decidedly lacking.
I'm not sure what happened there, Peter. Did he get caught admiring his own first touch, maybe?
No way through. Tries to play it through. De Bruyne! It's hit the upright. Oh, good-looking ball. And the counter is on. Valverde. Otto cuts out the pass. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The greatest...
Great chance! Goal! They're back within reach! The angle's unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Substitutions taking place.
There's going to be another change here. So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. That'll be a throw. Olise. Kimmich. Searching pass is played there. Now it's Havertz. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Xavi Alonso.
6 added minutes.
He's going to slip through. And he's intervened well there. A probing pass. Oh, played through for the wide man. That's going to go a long way. Can he get it through? Look at the space here. And the volley. Brilliant save from Buffon. And he has kicked it out somehow.
Marquinhos clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Substitution on the field. Number 22.
It's a lucky seventh corner.
Coming on to replace him is number 11, Park Ji-sung.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Howson. Gabriel. Bastoni. Howson. Passing is crisp and sharp. No, it's come to nothing. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Substitution on the field. Number 10.
Well, the corners keep on coming. This is their 8th of the game now.
Otto. Coming on the field. Number 20. Hazard. Number 3. Capu.
He tries a shot! And that is the last effort of the game. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers.
Announcement to the
are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim? I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest #1 there's ever been.
The mighty Gianluigi Buffon. Yeah, he might get my vote too, Peter. When you consider his consistency at the highest level, okay, he may not be as skillful with the ball at his feet as some of the younger contenders, but you certainly wouldn't want him lining up for the opposition. What a goalkeeper.
And now they can spring out of defence. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. It's come to nothing. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. He's looking wide, and he's intervened well there. And here's Van Basten. Oh, super ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the... Palmer! Priceless from Palmer! About as smooth as it gets. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Nepal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, that's fabulous. And the finish! It's loose now, and they want to get it back.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Showing great feet there. It's a promising position. Oh, easy pickings there. And he's quick to get it clear again. Marquinhos. Great vision. He can run onto that. Perhaps a shade optimistic. That's going to go a long way. Well, we expected better, and so did he. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Foot in. Aimed beyond the defence. It's Van Basten! Denied by an instinctive save.
Van Basten clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Roberto Carlos with the short one. Takes a shot! Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. That's the end of that. It all started well enough. Oh, nicely intercepted. Bastoni. Nicely weighted ball. Now this could be a chance. Haaland! He scored! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. And that's about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Can he get it through?
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Back in possession and ready to go again. Now it's Palmer. Searching pass is played there. Well, that's well seen too. And he's away. That's a good ball. Oh, shooting chance! He has done it! Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Picked out brilliantly. Referee has just said play on. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Bernardo Silva. Oh, this is a very good run. Van Basten was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, that is asking for trouble. De Bruyne. But they've got it again. He steps in, and that's the end of that. That is good alertness. And he can clear it away. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Neymar finds him off offside. And De Bruyne! Bastoni, can he get on the end of this? Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
He won't be happy with that one.
De Bruyne.
Gabriel spots it and intercepts. This interception, his positioning was spot on. Threads one in. Howson. Gabriel. Kimmich. And he's picked out the run. Caught offside that time.
Xavi Alonso. And it's De Bruyne.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Palmer!
Well, the contact was true enough. The aim wasn't quite.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
He is through here. Goes for a shot!
Ooh.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. No way through. Great big chance! And it's in! Looks offside, I think. Yep, the flag is up.
This delay very short-lived. The referee's assistant did have his flag up. It might have been close, but it was correct.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Oh, that's well spotted. And he's found the way against the crossbar. He's missed, but not by that far.
Oh, that look of disbelief.
That's an imaginative pass. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Elise. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. De Bruyne, good purposeful running this. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Tries to pass it through. Marquinhos could try cutting inside here. Haaland! Bernardo Silva. That has not gone well. Done delicately. Short changes him with that pass. And this is Van Basten. Nicely shaped ball. Can he latch on to this? And that's put paid to a promising move.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Delicate chip through. Oh, he's decent chance! Really well taken goal.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
The goal scorer, number 18, Erling Haaland.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Gabriel. Oh, what a mistake! There's the shot! It's a goal! Deep into first half stoppage time, a crucial goal! An act of charity gratefully received.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
And it's half-time here. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. So what a half. So many talking points, so many goals, so much drama. It's 3-2.
Everybody, to make sure to put any litter in the bins provided. Thank you for your cooperation.
There's the start of the second half. Oh, it's Van Basten. Chance! And how good was that? A finish right from the top draw. They have done it. They have their equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make them a little happy now.
The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Clinical. Just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's got away. Well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Neymar will not want to lose out. And the shot!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And he's managed to get free. And he shoots! Wonderful from Bernardo Silva! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And the comeback is complete! You just know there is no stopping that.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredibly, he got so much power with so little backlift.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Here's Felt, shapes to shoot! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Direct YouTube.
Ambitious ball here. Well timed, excellent interception. Roberto Carlos looking for the run. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank. He's had a shot! It's in! That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
That's what he for Peter. Not a lot more to add.
As if three weren't enough. This is nigh on utopian. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Pass somewhat off target. Pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Nepal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Tries to get it clear. Goes for goal! De Bruyne! Delightful! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely doing this.
So now the difference is 3.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Neymar gets into a good position. Bastoni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's De Bruyne. That's clear cut. It's a free kick. So, is it really plausible to have a hit from here? Driving forward. Now it's Palmer. Otto kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now, can they get him away? Van Basten! Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's a sharp little ball here. Looking to play him in. Can he get onto this? Now it's Palmer. He's been... And the shot! That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Substitution on the field. Number 9.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Number 15, Fernando Torres.
Kachu! And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Van Basten. And this is Neymar. Chance, surely! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. It is no contest. It is a landslide. Wonderfully smooth, smart, and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
How many? Just how many?
Substitutions taking place.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Looking for options for movement. Shoots! Now, and it's come back out to him. Now that was quite some save.
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing wrong with his anticipation or his positioning.
Corner number 3 coming up. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Howson. That is ended up in no man's land. Messi was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
That's a little off target. Now that looks a decent ball. Knocks it into space. Neymar.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Into the last quarter of an hour. He's found the way through. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague and they look worried.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Haaland considers his options. So the perfect chance to get one back. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Has another go! They've done it! He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
After 77 minutes is number 11, Olise.
They're still trying to make a game of this. Fernando Torres. He's shifting through the gears here. Van Basten! Oh, that is rather wayward. Tries to play it through. Cleared without complication. Now that looks a decent ball. That's been cut out. Played. Odo threads one in. Kukcu. And he was quick to react. Odo looking to penetrate opposition lines. De Bruyne is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Can he get on the end of this? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Nepal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Messi tries to pass it through. Kukcu. Played into space. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And this is Van Basten. That has been cut short. No, that was never going to make it. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. And he cuts out the supply. De Bruyne can so cleverly bypass the press. He's picked his way through. Chance for a shot! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
Substitution on the field. Number 21. Van Basten.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Number 22. De Bruyne. Number 19. Messi. Coming on the field. Number 13.
No, that's been intercepted.
Number 20.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And it's Azar.
Number 18. Raul.
Howson gets it away.
Substitution in progress.
Wriggles his way through. And there's the shot! Well, there's the clearance. Lewandowski. Looking to play him in. It's played through for him. Yielding. And a chance! Oh, taken with style. They're back within reach. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And time is up. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see.
Disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Messi. And Messi! In he goes again. Oh, he's won it! They willed it, and it happened! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
And that ends it. All over in a flash.
Wow, that really was intense stuff, Peter. Just overwhelmed their opponents with their level of intensity and the high tempo of their play. Sure, the winners took many risks along the way, but they were rewarded very handsomely.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. With the father of a boy in the green backpack, kindly contact a nearby member of staff.
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I've always been impressed with how this guy, Szoboszlai...
Messi! Oh, he's won it! The most decisive of all goals! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And with that, the end. All over in a flash. Wow.
Nepal really went looking for it, didn't they? And this was the reward their approach warranted. This was a game which you sensed from very early on that there could only be one winner, and so it turned out. A fantastic performance on all fronts, though.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Would the father of a boy in a yellow t-shirt kindly make his way to the information center?
Well, the opening day of any competition is special for everyone. A red letter day for everybody here, and those of you who have joined us for our live coverage. I hope everybody is comfortably strapped in for the ride. We're sure that this will be a feast of football, irresistible, emotional, a roller coaster for everyone involved. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Good take, and is he in? Oh, that is really good tenacity. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, an impressive talent that I'll be watching will be Mikel Oyarzabal. He likes to play with a freedom and drift between the flank and that number 10 position. And his skill on the ball makes him very pleasing on the eye too. You'll get some real enjoyment out of this guy.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Quarter of an hour played. So it is still 0-0. Nice control. Played out to the left flank. That's an errant pass. And it's played in. Big header! Goal! And that is what they came to see. What they demanded to see. His first. A great delivery and a finish to match.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and led it perfectly.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Bikram. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. That has ended up in no man's land. Now, can they get him away? Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Bikram. Spread out to the left. Well timed, excellent interception. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Can he finish? Not many.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Big chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Bullish header! In for the pieces! It's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
It's out for a goal kick. João Pedro. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
He's in a good position here. Tries to play it from shapes to shoot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And the first half is done. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more.